Time now for the morning rush. Carlsbad police are searching this morning for two girls they believe to be in danger. They say that 13-year-old Unique Pulido and 11-year-old Marisa Gallegos were last seen yesterday around 11 a.m. This was near the Carlsbad Rec Center. Unique was last seen wearing a turquoise shirt and blue jeans. Marisa was wearing a pink Reebok shirt and blue jeans. Now, anyone with information should call Carlsbad Police.
Tonight, a candlelight vigil will be held for a mother of four who police say was killed by a drunk driver. Janelle's family says that she was headed to work on Sunday morning when another car struck her at Tower and Unser. Janelle's family believes that other driver also ran a red light. The 41-year-old died at the scene. The state has suspended the entire Los Lunas school board this morning. The PED has not publicized the specific allegations against particular board members, but in a release they allege that board members committed violations like demanding family members be hired and falsifying information about financial misconduct. The search continues for the person who's been setting fires in the Bosque. There have been at least 18 Bosque fires in Valencia County in just the last couple of months. Officials say the current drought conditions, the risk to life and property is high. The state fire marshal says they do have people of interest, but no charges have been filed yet. Erica.
And for any kiddos still heading off to school this morning in the Rio Grande Valley, temperatures are in the upper 50s and low 60s. All you need is a light sweater out there.
An Albuquerque man continues his run-ins with the law again and again. In the latest incident, video shows the vehicle that Juan Ramirez was in crashing into a truck after being chased by a police officer. He served two years in jail for stealing a truck and is suspected of hitting and killing 15-year-old Manny Tapia while he was walking home. The Las Cruces man charged with threatening to kill the president is set to face a federal judge tomorrow. According to federal court documents, John Thornton sent threatening messages to 4 people in Texas and in Florida. Investigators say in the messages, he said, quote, execute staff at 2 companies and threatened to assassinate President Joe Biden. The city has spruced up San Pedro from I-40 to Lomas, adding better lighting, narrowing the street, and even putting in bike lanes. But City Councilor Diane Gibson wants to extend those improvements south of Central. Businesses along that stretch say that it could help draw in some more traffic. That project is still in the early planning stages. And Albuquerque is bringing back the plastic bag ban this summer. August 1st will be the first day that grocery stores and other retailers will be prohibited from giving out single-use plastic bags. The Clean and Green Retail Ordinance had been suspended during the pandemic. The search is going nationwide this morning for the next chief of UNM Police. Now, those interested are encouraged to apply by July 11th. The university has hired a recruitment firm to help promote the position nationally. The university has also picked 20 people for a committee to find the right person for the job. Erica.
That's your threat index for today, keeping that low to no threat because it's a mild morning out there and we'll just have a light afternoon breeze.
Bernalillo County has announced that August 16th, is the opening of their new headquarters downtown. The 8-story building will be home to more than 800 employees and the new county commission chambers. County commissioners approved selling off some of the properties that they no longer need to help pay for that $68 million project. An Arkansas family is getting settled in New Mexico this morning. A move they say was to provide a better environment for their transgender son. Cass Spurrier came out to his family as transgender in 2019. Under Arkansas's new SAFE Act, it prohibits any kind of chemical or surgical treatment for transgender youth under the age of 18. Albuquerque is now hosting the USA Masters Road National Championships for 2021 and 22. Officials say that the 4-day biking event in August is expected to bring in more than 2,000 visitors to our city, along with a much-needed economic boost. They say that Albuquerque's weather and hundreds of bikeable miles will make it the perfect spot for these type of events. Erica.
All right, here's a look at the morning drive. Our maps are looking completely clear still. We'll let you know as traffic picks up. And here's a look at Tracker, currently going west on I-40 around the Big I. No slowdowns there either.
A lifeguard shortage is the reason some beaches and pools across the country will not open on Memorial Day weekend. Officials say certification and training courses were postponed during the pandemic. The American Lifeguard Association says they are working overtime to meet the demand. And researchers are warning to be on the lookout for ticks this summer. Educators warned about a surge in tick populations in June and July. That's because of a mild winter and more rainfall during the spring months. Ticks can carry Lyme disease, which can affect children, adults, and pets. Scientists urge wearing light-colored clothing to better spot those ticks and to use insect repellent containing the chemical DEET.
Welcome back. On this day in 1917 and 1918 were 2 of the latest freezes on record in Albuquerque. The temperature dropped to 30 degrees in 1917 on this date and down to 32 in 1918. But the typical latest freeze is actually April 16th, so a little over a month after that normal latest freeze. Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, as New Mexico suffers from a drought, farmers are being forced to get creative in order to get a successful crop. For chili farmer Glenn Duggins, a little less than half of his crop was then transplanted because of a lack of water. With the help of a competitor, his seeds were sent out to Arizona to be sprouted and then replanted back here. Now, even though it spent some time out of state, it's still considered authentic New Mexico chili. They say the transplanting is more expensive at first, but then it ends up saving thousands of dollars in water and labor. Duggan says that this could become a permanent solution at his farm.
Pretty interesting. On to number 4 now. The state has suspended the entire Los Lunas School Board. The PD has not publicized specific allegations against particular board members, but in a release they allege that board members committed violations like demanding family members to be hired and falsifying information about financial misconduct. The PED first put the board on notice back in November, even gave training in January and March about the rules, but they say that board members kept breaking the law.
And at number 3, it's going to be another hot day out there. Temperatures in the upper 70s and 80s, even in northern New Mexico, and the mid to upper 90s in southern New Mexico. Be sure to turn on that AC and avoid strenuous activity during those peak daytime heating hours of the afternoon.
On to number 2 now. An Albuquerque man's latest run-in with police shows him crashing into a truck after being chased by an officer. Juan Ramirez was arrested after the crash about 2 weeks ago. Ramirez has a long criminal history of car theft, burglary, and drug use. He served 2 years in jail for stealing a truck and is suspected of hitting and killing 15-year-old Manny Tapia while he was walking home. Police have not been able to prove that Ramirez was behind the wheel when Tapia was hit. Court documents show Ramirez violated his probation in April.
And at number 1 this morning, a candlelight vigil will be held tonight for a mother of 4 who police say was killed by a drunk driver while she was heading to work. The family of Janelle Catasigua says that she was heading to work on Sunday morning when another car struck her at Tower and Unser. According to police, the other driver told officers that she had a few shots and then became unresponsive. Janelle's family has now set up a GoFundMe account to help with the funeral expenses. Police say the charges are pending for that suspected drunk driver who has not yet been named.